Okay, so this is going to be pretty much a video I've been wanting to do for a while. I've just been like, I don't feel like it, I don't feel like it. That's literally been kind of my mindset for a while. I've just been like, I don't feel like it, I don't feel like it. But you know what? Damn it, today I feel like it. So, as you can see from that title, yeah, we're going to be talking about characters I really want to see in... I'd really like to see in Star Wars Rebels, and kind of think of like setups to use them for. And as always, these are just characters I would like to see. We don't know if they're confirmed characters or not, but I think if Star Wars Rebels continues on the road it's going right now, I think there's a good chance we may see some of these characters. Because we already had Vader, we've already got Ahsoka, we've got, you know, several characters, and, you know, there are some characters out there in the extended universe I think would be cool to get, you know, canonized in this new Disney universe. So without further ado, let's go on. Let's get started with, of course, Boba Fett. Which pretty much you're going to be seeing this image the whole time because I'm lazy. So get used to looking at Fett. Anyway, so yeah, Boba Fett I think has a pretty high possibility of being on this show. I mean, obviously, there's the Boba Fett fans, me being one of them, and, you know, you want to really prove that, you know, Boba Fett can be a badass, because here's the thing I kind of had a problem with Star Wars Rebels, was that I felt like they were making younger Boba Fett a little too whiny. I feel like they were trying to, you know, they're making it a little too whiny, a little too hot-headed. I would like to see, you know, the more cool, you know, as he got older, I'd like to think that as Boba got older, he got into the more cold and calculating type character we know him to be in the extended universe, and a little bit in Empire and, yeah, throughout Empire. So that's what I would like to see, is like he's not old and he's not old enough, but he's like in his since this is still before New Hope, Boba Fett is like quickly rising to become known as the best bounty hunter. And yeah, you could have it that, you know, Vader has him, you know, when or, you know, they piss off Jabba, because there are a lot of crime lords in the Star Wars universe. So maybe you could say, like, maybe they pissed off Jabba. There's another character I'd really like to see, is Jabba the Hutt. And I think what would be cool is, like, you have Jabba in there, they piss off Jabba, and he sends Fett after them. Like, he has a bounty on, you know, preferably Kanan. And as he pretty much wants all the Ghost members dead, especially Ahsoka, because Ahsoka did him dirty in Clone Wars. If I remember right, yeah, she kind of screwed him over in Clone Wars. No, that was Zero, I forget. Yeah, that was Zero. But yeah, I think he would be like, yeah, you guys screwed me over, I'm gonna put a bounty on your head, and first and foremost is Boba Fett coming after them. And I think that would be really cool, and maybe even showcase that, yeah, he has killed Jedi in the past. Because in the Dark Horse universe, he does actually have a lightsaber on him, and he does know how to use it. He fought Darth Vader to a standstill twice. So, yeah, I would have, yeah, maybe have it that he's killed Jedi in the past, or at least Padawans or something, and now he has a lightsaber and he knows how to use it, and he intends fully on turning it on Cross. I almost said Cross there. Kanan and Ezra and the others. So yeah, Boba Fett, probably the biggest character there. Moving on now to Jaylen Cross from Star Wars Agents of the Empire. From the 2 volumes of Star Wars Agents of the Empire from the Dark Horse comics, I love this character. I think he's probably one of the coolest characters in Star Wars Extended Universe for the short time he was around. I thought he was just completely awesome. So, Jaylen Cross is, for those who don't know, he's a Imperial agent. Think like, the best way I can describe him is if you put Daniel Craig's James Bond and put him in, you know, this universe. He's kind of like that. He's a spy, he's very suave, he's very sophisticated, but he does everything for the Empire. He believes solely in the Empire, and he only wishes to do things because he believes without the Empire, the world would fall into chaos. So maybe have it that he's been contacted by Kallus to give him a hand with these rebels, or he's doing a separate mission and the rebels get in the way. Because here's the thing, he does know that he believes in the Empire fully, but he's not, you know, he's not without a conscience. He's not without a conscience. So maybe have it that, you know, at first he's hunting the rebels, then they get into a situation, and he ends up helping Kanan and Ezra and the others, and they manage to escape. So Jaylen Cross from Agent of the Empire would be, I think he would be a great addition here. Because again, he kind of exists in the same timeline as at least Agent of the Empire comics existed in the same time frame as, you know, you could match it up with this universe, with Rebels, because this is supposed to be before A New Hope, and same was Agent of the Empire. So I think you can do that here and still make it work. So yeah, absolutely Jalen Cross from Agent of the Empire. Another one would be Jedi Master Shaak Ti. Jedi Master Shaak Ti she's been killed off and brought back to life so many frickin' times. It's hard to tell what's canon, but I guess now we have this clean slate, and you know, her death in the deleted scene of Revenge of the Sith, that's not canon. That's not canon. That deleted scene's not canon. So I think what would be cool is that you have Jedi Master Shaak Ti alive. Like, maybe have it that, you know, she's been hiding on, like, maybe Felucia or some other planet, and she's kind of given up being a Jedi. She just wants to live her life now, and she's actually got a family going, and, you know, when, you know, she comes up, you know, when the rebels come upon her, she's kind of like, look, I don't do this anymore. The Jedi, you know, Jedi Master Shaak Ti died with the Republic. She died with the Jedi. I just want to, you know, live alone. And we slowly see that kind of life kind of creep back onto her, and maybe give her a canon death. You know, maybe give her an in-canon death, and, you know, die as a hero. You know, one last bow, more or less. Like, maybe she's fighting another character I'll get into, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who wants the said character. You might know who I'm talking about at this point. But yeah. Anyway, so Shaak Ti I think would be great. She's one of my favorite characters. She's out of the extended universe in Jedi Council. She's probably one of my favorites. I really like Shaak Ti. I loved a lot of her comics. Well, the comics she was in, and she was probably one of my favorite Jedi Masters in the Jedi Order. So I think it would just be really cool to give her like a nice little send-off for her. So Jedi Master Shaak Ti. Who else? Who else did I want? Because I'll get to him. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to him, and then you know who I'm talking about. But yeah, what was I saying? Here's another character. I think this one might be, you know, nearly impossible to get. I don't think we'll ever see him, but I think it would be really cool to at least get him in this show. It may not happen. I am fully acknowledge that this will not happen. This will probably not happen in this continuity. In no frickin' way could it happen. But it might. It might. We got Darth Bane, technically, in Clone Wars. So, maybe not. So, here's the other one. Grand Admiral Thrawn. I think you can fit Grand Admiral Thrawn here and have him be like another big villain for the Star Wars Rebels characters. I think, because if you remember the books, a lot of the time why he wasn't really seen along with the rest of the Empire in the trilogy, they kind of explained that, yeah, he was doing campaigns in the Outer Rim. So, and then, you know, what happened to the Empire, he kind of got dragged back into it. So, maybe you can have it, and a lot of the stuff in Star Wars Rebels happens in the Outer Rim. So you can have Grand Admiral Thrawn here, and have him be like the other big villain. Like, maybe, like, if this show goes to Season 3, have him be the big Season 3 villain. Like, like, Vader's just frickin' done with it. He's killed Ahsoka. I'm pretty sure Ahsoka's... I'm just thinking that Ahsoka's not gonna make it this season. Or, you know, he kills Ahsoka or whatever, Ahsoka and whatever, and, you know, the Emperor calls him back to the Inner Rim, and, you know, who's in charge now? Grand Admiral Thrawn. He's now going to deal with the Rebels, and he has just this... I think Thrawn would be a great villain for them, because he's not really a Sith. They've been dealing with Dark Jedi and Sith. So, if you want to go with him as a seasoned villain, it would be kind of like Tarkin, but to the nth degree, where Thrawn would be this just oncoming threat, and he's just so tactical. He's like he's basically a chess player, more or less. He is basically a chess player, and he's coming to kill you. He is coming to destroy you and burn everything you know and love. And he'll lead you into damnation himself. That's what makes Thrawn such a compelling character, and I think why a lot of people got pissed off when he was gone. You know, when he was technically erased from this continuity, because he was such a great villain, and, you know, he didn't really have anything to do with the dark side of the Force. He was just an alien who was incredibly intelligent and got the Empire probably working better than the Emperor ever did. When you think about it, he actually ran the Empire a lot well, the remnants of the Empire a lot better than Palpatine did, when you think about it. So I think it would be cool that he could be the big villain. That's what I would like to see, like maybe Season 3, or some other later season in the series. Yeah, you come in and bring Grand Admiral Thrawn and have him be the big villain. I mean, still have, like, Inquisitors there for, you know, cool lightsaber fights and whatever, but have, you know, have him be the real big enemy for the Rebels. So, following that is another missing Jedi, Quillen Vos. I think Quillen Vos would be cool. Now, I will openly say that I did not care for Quillen Vos in Clone Wars. Did not care for that version of Quillen Vos at freaking all. I'm sorry, guys. I did not like that version of Quillen Vos. But here's the thing. I actually really, I think there's potential to bring him back, because Quillen Vos in, you know, a lot of the Dark Horse Extended Universe and whatnot, Quillen Vos did, you know, he did survive the Clone Wars, and he kind of lived a life of seclusion. Now, I did not read Dark Disciple. I have not read Star Wars Dark Disciple. I do know that, yes, someone spoiled to me that Asajj Ventress dies. Thanks. I was looking forward to reading this, and now I was like, oh, Ventress dies. Great. So but I don't know, but this person didn't, but whoever it was, because I cannot remember who, actually, no, it wasn't it wasn't just one person, like 6 people online, not on YouTube, now that I think about it. Actually, now that I think about it, it was a message board I was talking about, and then someone said, oh my god, Ventress dies in Dark Disciple, and I actually said out loud, fuck! Like, in my room, I just shouted, fuck, now I can't read that book, because I really wanted Ventress in this series. Damn it. But they didn't say anything about Quillen Vos being dead. So, I haven't read Dark Disciple, so I don't know if Quillen Vos is still alive. I know Jedi Master Thome's dead, and I was like, was that necessary? Did we need to kill Thome? He was so, you know, tied with Vos. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent because I'm gonna bust a goddamn blood vessel the more I think about Dark Disciple. Anyway, so getting back to Quillen Vos, again, I didn't like his representation in Clone Wars, but I think what you could do with it is giving, like, his character a soft reboot. Like, maybe he was that kind of cool, like, oh, dude, and all that with Quillen Vos, but after, like, the whole Jedi Purge and what happened with the Empire, it's made him harder and more, like, he's kind of grown darker within himself. Because here's the whole thing with Quillen Vos, is that he kind of walks that line between, he does walk that line, of, you know, light and darkness. He follows that path of both light and darkness, and it's kind of really hard for him sometimes to differentiate between the two. So, I think it would be cool to have that, like, maybe he's just become more, you know, he's battle-worn, he's, you know, he thinks he's probably the last Jedi out there, and if there are other Jedi out there, he's just like, fuck you, I gotta, you know, I don't do this anymore. Kind of like go the route of Shaak Ti, but I think it would be like, he's kind of considering, you know, the path of the dark side, because in his mind, yeah, the dark side pretty much won. So he's pretty much like, yeah, I mean, the dark side's not so bad. They won the war. We, you know, the Jedi kind of got fucked over by their own arrogance. So, well, that's what he would be saying. You wouldn't realize that, you know, the whole Palpatine thing and all that. Anyway, so I think that would be cool to do with Quillen Vos, is like, oh yeah, you were like Kanan is talking to Ezra, is like, Jedi Knight Quillen Vos, he was like always laid back, and then they meet him and he's just this broken dude. So, yeah, you could have, like, bring that kind of character in there, kind of, like, soft reboot his character, like I said. So, I think it would be cool. Another character that I don't really want to see die. I don't want to see Quillen Vos die, because, you know, he survived in, you know, the original Dark Horse continuity, and he just kind of hid from Vader and everyone else in the Empire, was just like, I'm done being a Jedi. Again, I have not read Dark Disciple, so I don't know. Hell, for all we know, you know, sometimes, here's the thing with books, sometimes some of their continuity, even when they're in continuity, they get skipped over. Like, I can't tell you how many times Doctor Who novels, like, continuity-wise, have been skipped over. Like, good example of this is when pretty much what happened is that Scarro was brought back in one of the novels. Like,